YouTube is stupid. So imagine you're me. Actually, no, nobody would ever want to be me. But anyway, theoretically, say you're me, right? And you spend all these weeks working on this Call of Duty Black Ops 1 campaign Let's Play, and then when it's all said and done, you know, you have a playlist set up for it to where it's like, alright, it's 9 separate videos people could go and watch. But I was like, hey, why don't I make things even easier for everybody? And I just go ahead and turn that entire 9 video series into one 4-hour compilation. You know, as I uploaded the videos, there weren't actually any issues with copyright, which really surprised me because there was like a lot of copyrighted songs in the Black Ops 1 soundtrack. The only video that I actually had issues with when it came to copyright was unfortunately the very first video in the series. And if you don't know anything about YouTube, let me tell you this funny thing right here. YouTube is a monetarily driven platform, which means that if your video is either limited or restricted or just straight up ineligible for monetization in one way or another, they're simply not going to push your video. They're not going to recommend it to people. I mean, they will, you know, maybe to like very few select people here and there, but you know, for the most part, they're not going to be recommending it to most people, at least compared to how many people they would normally be recommending your videos to when it comes to videos that are like fully eligible for monetization. And furthermore, there's more times than not when it comes to videos being demonetized for one reason or another, certain people in certain countries just aren't able to see your videos for one reason or another. So at that point, your video is kind of like restricted to what region your viewers are living in, which is just dumb. But anyway, as I said, the only video that I had issues with any sort of like copyright strikes or monetization issues, literally, like there was no other strikes, claims, or anything like that on any of my videos in that entire series besides the first series. And even then, I'm still in the middle of the dispute, so I don't even know if I'm gonna end up winning that one. But that video was one of the worst performing out of the entire Let's Play series, which again, it's a shame because it was the very first part in the series, which means that the best performing video out of that entire series was like episode 3, I think, which was really random. But anyways, yeah, I'm still working on that dispute, but when I went to upload the full compilation, I was hit with not only the original strike again, which I was kind of expecting, but furthermore, beyond that first claim, I was hit with not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, not just 4, but 5 claims in total across the entire video, which is kind of ridiculous because if you know how the copyright claim system works, I had to go through and type up a, you know, like dispute for each of those claims to hopefully try and gain back the monetary rights to my video, because each one of those claims wasn't just like, oh, you know, you're gonna have to share monetization with the person that claimed the video, which can happen from time to time. No, these were full claims to the point of where if I don't win these disputes, if I lose even one of these disputes, I will lose all like monetization on that 4-hour video. And mind you, these songs don't come up frequently in the video. Each one of these songs, I went back and counted, get this, each one takes up less than 30 seconds of the entire video runtime. Like each one individually, like if I go to one of the songs, one of them took up like 13 seconds, another one took up like 23 seconds, but each one takes up less than 30 seconds of the entire 4-hour runtime. And yeah, let's just say that I lose even one of these disputes, right? That means just because, oh, let's just say one of these copyright holders has a total of 23 seconds of their song in my video. Well, that means that I lose out on the entire 4 hours worth of monetization, and they get all of my money, even though they only technically put in 23 seconds of work towards that video, if you want to equate it in that sense. And see, this isn't something that I normally have to worry about, right? Because I do this thing with my videos where I intentionally mix the audio so low that even if, say, I'm playing with somebody in Call of Duty that's blasting music over the mic, the video won't pick it up. If there's any copyrighted music in a video game soundtrack, then that's usually not an issue. However, it was more of like a Let's Play series, which means, yeah, the audio has to be almost level with my vocals, like just barely below where my vocals are at in the, you know, like the audio mixing range. I just realized that I forgot to add this roof piece to the diner. I was too busy ranting. Whoops. I guess I'll buy the B23R while I'm at it. The other reason that I actually mix my audio that low, which this is actually the primary reason, the copyright thing is actually more of a secondary reason, but you know, for somebody like me with ADHD, when there's like too many noises going on in a video, it's kind of distracting to me, whether that be like background music or noises. So I do it not only for me, but the other people watching that possibly have the same like ADHD type of issues where too many different noise sources just kind of like makes their brain go all scattered. I know it's a bit of a niche issue, but it's something that I struggle with personally. So if you ever wondered why the audio tends to be so low, at least from the gameplay front of my videos, that's why. But anyways, y'all know me, right? Like, I do not care about monetization. I do not care about money. Sure, YouTube is one of my primary sources of incomes, but it's also not my only source of income, just because, I mean, I've said this before, like, no matter how big I get with YouTube, I'll always make sure that I have at least some sort of other thing going on the side, just because I don't believe in anybody only having one source of income. I feel like that is just setting yourself up for disaster in the long run, unless you have a lot of money stockpiled or some sort of like insurance thing you can rely on. Like, I'm not talking like actual insurance, I'm talking like your own quote-unquote insurance that you built up in the background to where you have like a lot of money stocked up in the bank or something like that. But otherwise, like I feel like everybody should always try to have at least two sources of income, bare minimum. But still, that being said, YouTube is part of what helps me pay my bills at the end of the day. So when I lose all monetization on a video, yeah, you know, especially a 4-hour video over something as stupid as this, yeah, you know, that irks me quite a bit. But furthermore, beyond monetization, the thing that actually bothers me the most, because like I said, you know, monetization, that's whatever. Sure, it's really annoying because YouTube is part of the thing that kind of helps me pay off my bills and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, money's whatever. You know, money's not really a thing to me. As long as I have enough money to eat and pay my bills, then I mean, I really could not care less. I don't need extra money beyond that. You know, I live very cheaply. I'm not very materialistic. Sure, I love buying like a lot of physical video games and stuff like that. But I mean, beyond all that, you know, that's just one of those things where like if I have extra money, then I'll go out and spend it. But otherwise, when it comes to money I actually need or want, then I just, as long as I have enough to survive, then I couldn't care less. That being said, as we had discussed earlier, if your video is demonetized or ineligible for one reason or another, then YouTube does that funny little thing where they basically just like won't push your video out to anybody, and in some cases it won't even be viewable in some regions. And when I look at my analytics, I have viewers from all over the world. I have viewers in the Philippines, in Germany, in Canada, in the States, in Mexico. Like, I have viewers from all over the globe. Granted, this is a relatively small channel. I only have a little over 4,000 subscribers, but I also upload twice daily, one short daily, one long form video daily, and I have over 1 million channel views. So yeah, you know, while obviously not all of those viewers are unique viewers, it's still a good amount of unique viewers in there. And it would be really unfair for viewers that like my content to miss out on my content just because YouTube wants to be YouTube. In other words, be stupid. It's just so hard to justify being a creator on this platform sometimes, because like, here's the thing. This is like the #1 video streaming site, at least when it comes to like, you know, like the type of creators you would see on YouTube, at least. Like, obviously there's other streaming sites like Disney Plus and Netflix, but that's a whole other conversation. I'm talking about like, when it comes to creating content like this, you have like this, maybe Twitch, but Twitch is like a whole other ballgame because that's not videos. Like, when it comes to video creation, YouTube is like the #1 platform, and you know, oh wow, there's a down. I don't really care. I'm just focused on ranting at this point anyway. I mean, sure, there's TikTok because even they, you know, let you make longer form content now, but it's not the same. When it comes to like long form content like you see here, YouTube is still the spot to go. So that being said, they kind of have a monopoly of sorts, I guess you could say, on content like this at least. So it's not like I exactly have anywhere else to go, nor would I really want to go anywhere else. I love YouTube as a platform. I love the communities you can find on YouTube. I like creating on YouTube. I like the atmosphere of YouTube, the layout of YouTube. I just, you know, I might be biased because I have been using YouTube since it was first created back in the mid-2000s, but I genuinely do love this site, and I've always wanted to create content for it. And, you know, I've been a YouTube partner for over a year and a half at this point, and, you know, again, that's like a dream come true for me. I've been wanting to be a successful creator on this platform ever since, well, ever since it was a thing. I've been creating content off and on since 2009, started to do it daily back in 2020, haven't missed a day since then, been uploading every single day, and then about like 2 years ago, I started uploading a short daily as well along with that, so now I technically upload daily on this channel, and I have 4 YouTube channels in total, and all of them are active. I mean, I wouldn't do that if I didn't love creating on this platform. Just to run through it real quick, I upload twice daily on this channel, again, 1 short, 1 long form video. I upload 1 video weekly over on my second channel, WGC, as well as 1 short daily. Then on G Snippets, I upload every single day there as well, and then I have my 4th channel, Grotesque Plus, which is more or less just whenever I feel like uploading, and right now I actually am working on a video in there, so I know a video hasn't gone up in like almost a month at this point, but there is a video in the works, so there will be one up over there soon. Again, I don't have a schedule there. You could expect a video once a day, once a week, once a month, or once a year, really just like whenever I have an idea where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put that on Grotesque Plus. All that being said, some days it's just kind of hard to justify putting all that work into stuff when it can be taken away from you just like that, or when all of your hard work can kind of be like stolen from you in a way, not just from a monetization point of view, but also just from the amount of people that can actually watch the content. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is a platform all about creation and sharing. Y'all ever play Little Big Planet? You know, the whole saying there of like, you know, play, create, and share. That's how YouTube is in a way. You know, you play videos, or you watch them, whatever. You create videos, you share it with people. This is our real life Little Big Planet of sorts here on this website. But again, when all of that can be stolen from you so quickly in so many different ways, or so many things can pop up, or just how egregious a lot of the systems on this site are, especially when it comes to the copyright side of things, or just with all the stupid algorithm stuff in general, or just the, oh man, there's so many different rabbit holes with YouTube that I could complain about, whether it be on the back end with the site itself or with the creators on the site nowadays, but those are just so many other rabbit holes that I don't even feel like going into right now because there's a lot of issues with this site. At the end of the day, nothing will ever be perfect, right? Not even the most pristine grilled cheese in the world. You could get the finest bread, the finest cheese, the finest butter for the outside of the bread, and the finest skillet, or in Gordon Ramsay's case, the finest fireplace to cook it over. Honestly, when I found out that Gordon Ramsay cooks his grilled cheeses on a fire, is that the plural of grilled cheeses, or would it just be grilled cheese? No, it would be grilled cheeses, right? When I saw that video of him cooking a grilled cheese on a fireplace, I knew that this man was no man. He was no mortal. Like, that is just such a G thing to do. Oh no, I'm just really frustrated because, again, not only did I spend a lot of time compiling those videos and editing them all together, you know, cutting out the fluff and filler of like the intros and outros of each of the video just to make it one cohesive, like, full game compilation, but also then when it took like 2 hours to, or no, it was like an hour and 45 minutes to render out like the 4-hour video, which, you know, my PC isn't the fastest thing in the world, so to some people that might be really slow, to some others that might be really fast. For me, that's really fast compared to my old PC. I remember there was a time I tried to render out a 6-hour video and it took me like 24 hours, no, it was like 28 hours. And then obviously the file size was freaking ridiculous on that, so when I went to upload it, I mean, I have really fast Wi-Fi, but even on my Wi-Fi, it did take still quite a while for it to get uploaded and processed, and then once it processed and ran the checks, then, yeah, well, that's what I woke up to this morning. I checked my phone at like 4 a.m. You know, I wake up at 4:15 a.m. every day, so, you know, grab my phone, check my email, check my YouTube studio stuff or whatever, and then I saw all that, and I was like, well, time to put my lawyer hat on, because when it comes to the YouTube stuff and all this copyright stuff, you're basically your own lawyer. You have nobody else to help you out with that, you know. YouTube just kind of like, you're on your own, bud, so you gotta kind of, you know, type in the usual legal lingo and hope that you can just win this thing somehow and come out on the other side. Basically, your best bet with copyright disputes are to submit them, but then hope that they actually don't respond, because if they don't respond, you get back all monetization and rights and everything like that to your video after 30 days. It's basically a court system where the court would favor the person that actually showed up to court, per se. So, yeah, you know, I submitted all 5 of the things this morning, and now at this point, it's either A, I can hope that I either win the disputes, or B, I just kind of hope that nobody responds, which, if I'm gonna be honest, I would just rather have them not respond, so then by like, what, August 8th, August 9th, I'd actually be able to make the video public, because it is private right now, but yeah, at this point, monetization is being held, and even if I would upload it, there's still just so many, so many other things there in the background to where it's just like, it's not worth it right now. I'm just gonna hold on to it, hope that I win these disputes, or hope that they simply don't respond. Surprisingly, this isn't my most ridiculous encounter with copyright stuff. I remember back in the day, I uploaded a 6-hour compilation of all my Dark Souls series that I made a couple years ago when I played through Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 for the first time. And yeah, it was like a 6-hour video, and in the final boss of Dark Souls 3, obviously you have the Soul of Cinder OST, and the funny thing is, I didn't even get, because obviously the OST plays for like, I don't know, like a solid 3-4 minutes in the video, however long the final battle goes on. And remember, it's a 6-hour video, and I got copyright choked on the video, not by Bandai Namco or From Software or anything like that, you know. They're saints when it comes to stuff like that. They'll let you do basically just about anything with the Souls OSTs just because they know how much the community loves them, and when it comes to video game OSTs, you're typically safe. But no, I got copyright striked or claimed or whatever you want to call it by another YouTuber that uploaded a cover of the Soul of Cinder song, and the thing is, they didn't even sound similar because the guy that did a cover of it did on like guitar. And obviously the original Soul of Cinder OST is done with like, you know, like vocals, like a choir and strings and horns and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know how I ended up getting copyright claimed by some random other YouTuber with a guitar, but, you know, I had to wait a whole 30 days just because 3 minutes of it was picked up totally falsely, I might add, by somebody that wasn't even the original copyright holder. And again, that was for a song that was in the background of the game for 3 minutes of a very long and otherwise very well edited and commentated over video of gameplay that was 6 hours long. I don't know, TLDR, in this case TLDW since it's a video, YouTube's systems suck. There's a lot of things I need to change, and at this point, yeah, you know, as much as I love YouTube, it's also stupid. I would say actually stupid or kinda stupid or this, that, or the other, but no, it doesn't even deserve all those fancy adjectives or things where it's like, okay, you know, you're trying to downplay it. Like, no, just flat out, YouTube's just stupid. It's a great platform to create on, as I've said many times in this video, but again, it's just when it comes to the back end stuff, yeah, stupid. But anyways, with that, we're gonna say not only the usual massive shout out and thank you, but we're gonna do like a double, triple, no, we're going like quadruple all the way up, maybe even like pentatriple or whatever we call when we get to like 5 times. Just the biggest shout out and thank you of all to all of the patrons and channel members here on the channel, because if it wasn't for you guys, I mean, obviously YouTube doesn't want to help me out, but you know, the fact that you guys do seriously means the world to me. So seriously, we're gonna do like the biggest shout out of all to you guys, because you guys are the real G's right now. So seriously, massive shout out, thank you to all the patrons and channel members. Thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, and even bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Mellow Last King and Big Daddy Matty. And the biggest shout out and thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Rodden Revengeance and Little Cheese Girl. Thank you guys so much. You guys are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.